What's happening, it's Dan Lawless here, West Ham Fan TV, and this video is sponsored by OneFootball. The OneFootball app basically makes it easy to keep up to date with all the scores, news like transfer rumours, and all the stats basically, all on one app. So, you know what I mean, you have to go to all these different websites or apps for different things. You have it all, bang, there on one app. So Scott, when he's doing the preview, I think that will come very, very much in handy for him. So to download it, just click the link in the description below and let us know how you find it. Let us know what you think about it. Come back to us and give us some feedback on it. Anyway, getting on with the video. I'll be doing a West Ham week. Not too much individual story to talk about. So there's a big sort of story, or not so much a story, just an issue that I wanted to address, right? Based off of my experience at the Cardiff game, it just dawned on me. This whole thing dawned on me. It's been an ongoing issue, but it just dawned on me, right? So I put out this tweet on the Twitters, right, which got quite a big reaction, some positive, some negative, but a lot of people had something to say about it, basically, right? So I read the tweet out to you, at the Lawless. The club need to address the issue of season ticket holders not turning up or selling on their tickets. My mate tried to get a ticket for Cardiff on the door, but was told it was sold out, even though there was a ton of empty seats. Don't help that a load of plastic fans of other clubs have season tickets. This, for me, is the issue, and this is what sort of the overall topic of the video is the reason why we will never fill that stadium, right? And it's not through not having the fan base. We have the fan base easily to fill that stadium. You know, people underestimate our fan base, but we have a very big fan base and could easily fill that stadium. However, the system in place, you know, to do with exchanging tickets, putting ticket exchange, selling tickets on, certain people who do have season tickets, who probably shouldn't have bloody season tickets, is what's causing all these empty seats, you know, for the most part anyway. Right, now some people took that offensively, thinking I'm talking about, oh, you can't miss any games. If you miss one game, you know, you're not a proper fan. No, that's not what I'm saying. We're not talking about fans not turning up here and there. We're talking about fans whose seats go empty week after week after week, and then you turn up to the big games, or some who don't even do that, you know. And I had so much interaction with people, you know, so many stories and things like that on Twitter. You know, one person saying to me about how there's a seat that's been empty with them pretty much since they've been there, just always empty, this exact same seat, you know. And here's the thing, when these season tickets came out, right, these are one of the cheapest season tickets, club with season tickets in the league, right? The cheapest one you get is 299 quid for a band 5. So people were snapping up. People were snapping them up who weren't even West Ham fans. You know, they were corporate people snapping them up. You know, I'd hear about people at like office. You know, people who work in an office. The office would buy like 10 in the office and just have a group. You know what I mean? And most of them not West Ham fans. Some might be vaguely interested in football, but just have them for the sake of having them, as they're cheap, and it's a little bit of, you know, I don't know, morale boosting or whatever you want to call it, team bonding, day out crap, but no intention of going, you know. And again, like I said, there's a lot of people, right, and I've spoken to some people, right, who are Arsenal fans or Man United fans, Liverpool fans, who went and bought a season ticket to West Ham because they live this side. They live, you know, basically south, specifically for the Man United and Liverpool fans, and it's a cheap way for them to go and watch a bit of Premier League football. You know, we've all seen them. We've all seen the fans of other clubs. We've seen Chelsea fans even. We've seen Arsenal fans coming, just because, I mean, look how much it costs to go see Arsenal play. You know, they've got pretty much, I think, the most expensive season ticket in the league. So now a lot of their fans who can't afford to get season tickets at Arsenal will get season tickets at West Ham, and may just turn up for the bloody Arsenal game. You know, so it's just leaving these empty seats, and these tickets aren't getting passed on to other fans. That's the issue, right, for me. You know, it's fine, like, if you have, say, like, you know, foreign fans who, you know, can only get a few games a season, that's fine. As long as that ticket is being, you know, taken by someone else. You can have, look, we know Slav, you know, a lot of people know Slav, right? Top bloke, Slovakian fan, diehard West Ham fan, gets to quite a lot of games. But, you know, especially like the midweeks and stuff like that, you know, it's really hard for him to get to. And there's certain games he can't get to. And he will do his best to try and put it up on a ticket exchange or try and pass it on. But a lot of this feedback that I've been getting tells me there's a massive problem with the ticket exchange system. So basically, if you've got a season ticket, the club encourage you and will say, look, if you can't go, come here, let us know, put your ticket in a ticket exchange, we'll sell it for you and we'll give you some money, basically. So another fan can get it, you get a bit of money. However, the prices that they're talking about, sometimes like £4, and they'll sell it on for 40, which is, you know, ridiculous. Why? It's just out of principle. Why is a fan going to want to do that? Now, I'm not saying that a fan should get the full £40. This is the tricky part, right? And then when we're talking about the solution, what we're talking about, right? Okay, you can't start giving people massive chunks of money for putting their ticket on a ticket exchange, because then it's going to allow people to start making a profit. You know, you want it there so that if someone genuinely can't attend a game, they're at least given an incentive enough to go and stick it on the ticket exchange. Personally, I never have to do that, and my tickets always go for free to family and friends if I can't make it. You know, always goes for free to family and friends. I've luckily never had to do the ticket exchange process, but a lot of people have said it's a nightmare, you know. So let me read some of the stories that I've been given, right? Okay, this one's from Thomas Smiley on Twitter, right? I worked late Tuesday, ended up not being able to go, didn't know that would be the case during the day. Put in our group if anyone wanted my ticket, as most work in city. Someone snapped it up, rung the club to do the ticket forwarding, but wouldn't let me do it that close to kickoff. Surely that's the most important time to have the option. I literally said to the guy, so my seat just goes empty, and his response was a blunt yes. Made no sense, right? Which is, it's ridiculous. Like, you should be able to forward your ticket all the way up until kickoff. It should be a simple process. You know, like literally ring up, go, look, I want to forward my ticket to this person, right? Full name, whatever details you want to give, right? Can you put, and they go, yep, okay, we'll print one off at the ticket office for him, and he can come collect it up, make sure he brings some sort of identification. Bosh, right? Apparently, according to another person on here, Premier League rules state it's 3 hours, up to 3 hours before the game. Now, I don't know why that is. I think that's ridiculous. So change it. Okay, so another person told me for the Cardiff game, they put their ticket on the ticket exchange and they didn't sell. The tickets didn't sell on the ticket exchange. So then how is it, if they didn't sell on the ticket exchange, it's sold out? How are these tickets being on the ticket exchange not making their way to the ticket office when you go to the ticket office? Like, we should be selling tickets literally up until the last minute. And I know you can buy tickets on the door when it's not sold out, because I've done it before. Nicky's done it before, you know, but they've sold out apparently. So how is it that people are trying to sell the tickets and they go unsold, but you can't buy them at the ticket office? It's ridiculous. I mean, our admin is some of the worst admin in the league. So basically, a lot of people on Twitter have commented and said that there should be a limit to how many games you can miss before you get a warning or get your ticket basically, you know, you're not allowed to renew your ticket and you go back on the waiting list, which is, you know, so I've said, like, there has to be some sort of limit. Like, do you know what I mean? It has to be a minimum number of games that your ticket should be used. Now, I'm not saying that you yourself should attend, but your ticket should actually be scanned through the gate, because, you know what I mean, if your ticket is going like over half the games, it's not even being scanned through the gate and no one's having it, no one's in your seat. That's you know what I mean? What's the point? That's an empty seat. That's a seat another West Ham fan could have, or a West Ham fan could have if you're a non-bloody West Ham fan. Like, the club surely should be looking at this and going, okay, this seat has gone empty near enough all season. We're going to write to this person. First, we're going to even want to say, look, if your ticket continues to go as unused, it's going to be put up back on sale, and you'll go back on the waiting list if you so choose, right? That should be the process. So then we won't have that situation. We won't have these people from other clubs going and buying tickets and just turning up for the big games, or these, you know, Johnny come latelys and stuff like that. These people who are only interested when we're playing the top four. Another problem, actually, another reason for this is that I believe we sold too many season tickets, way too many season tickets. I think it was like over 40,000 or something like that. It was around that. I remember reading it, you know, for a 55,000 seating situation. I think it's up to 57 now we got. But, you know, so we've got a massive amount of season ticket holders at a cheap amount of money. The club were just happy to just sell season tickets. It shouldn't just be about the money. It should be about filling the stadium. Having a full and packed stadium helps the team. It makes us look better. It gives us, you know, obviously it's more attractive to investors, to sponsors, you know, if you've got a full stadium week in, week out. So that whole thing of the way they done the whole season ticket thing of, you know, you can bring 10 mates if you want and get a season ticket with you if they've never had a season ticket up to Park, never had any purchase history. So I said they should have really prioritized people with a purchase history first, like, because this is how we've got all of these fans from other clubs, all these bloody plastic non-West Ham fans. And I know, like, look, the term plastic gets thrown out a lot. But if you're spending money on another team, right, season ticket, what else can you call it? But, yeah, so the point I'm making is they should have prioritised people with a purchase history at Upton Park, at West Ham before, you know, going to see, whether it's season tickets, match day tickets or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, anything. And not allowing people, like, I don't mind, like, look, if someone didn't have a season ticket before, but this season ticket holder wants to bring, you know, max 2 people in with them who didn't have a season ticket, that's fine. But, like, the way they did it was just ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous, and it just allowed for the situation that we find ourselves in. You know, a lot of people have said it's the problem with there's too many kids season tickets they had going on. Way too many kids season tickets. And this is the thing, like, I mean, look, it's understandable. A lot of the late games and things like that, kids can't go to every game. You know, maybe some people are able to take their kids to every game, and that's great, but a lot of kids can't. And I think the best solution for that would be to have a lot less kids season tickets, right? And bring back stuff like Kids for a Quid and things like that, and just really reduced cheap match day tickets. I mean, parents out there who bring their kids for, I'd love to know what you guys think, but I think this would actually be better for parents. You know, just make match day tickets a lot cheaper for kids. None of this like Man City, like 60, 70 quid. I think it was something absurd for a child's ticket. Nah, keep it 20 or under. Do Kids for a Quid. You know, we should have at least probably a third of the matches, if not more, should be Kids for a Quid. I think they need to do that a lot more. Encourage the families, and then again, it will help, you know, fill up the stadium a bit more. So anyway, and you know, I could go on about this forever. I'd love to know what you guys think. Again, not digging out fans who miss the odd game here and there, or fans who live far, and it's all about just the seat being full, right, or filled. And this is what I want. I want to see a full stadium at West Ham. I know we can do it. It's just on the club. You know what I mean? If I was going to some of these meetings, these fan group meetings, or whatever the hell they are, like, I would love to be able to have the opportunity to say this to them, but I can't see that happening. So if, you know, anyone who is on that, put this to them. You know, they just want to fill these stadiums, and what, they're going to add more season tickets or what? Fill the same, increase the capacity so it looks good, sounds good. But are they actually that interested in you know, bums on seats? You know, we hear all the time they flaunt the attendance figures, and they're wrong. The attendance figures are always wrong. You know, oh, we've got a sold out stadium, 57,000. It's like, that's not what my eyes are seeing. And there's so much more that goes into this, you know, that we could explore a lot of other reasons, you know, just the whole the whole feel of the stadium and things like that, and it's a lot of stuff that's out of our control. But I think this situation, what I've talked about, is a big part of the reason. So let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe. One thing left to say: come on, you Irons.